keep a lid on what's going on and see if you can just kind of tamp it down a little bit. Well, the delegation left the building, they hopped on their helicopters, and they flew back to the Green Zone in Baghdad. And I got to tell you, we sat around Camp Blue Diamond that night, all of us, with General Pansky, and we were puzzled. You know, we were not about to accept that as an end state. We were not about to accept the status quo that violence is out of control and we can't fix it. We can't make this work. So we set about doing that. And I'll tell you, through the deployments from 04 to our own deployments today, and it's only fitting that we're doing this today as we are in the shadow of this great regiment deploying under Colonel Millay again here in just a few short weeks. In fact, I guess the advanced party and Ogre McCarthy will be pulling out of here in just a matter of days. But it's only fitting that today we take time to pause for this great event in the shadow of the looming deployment of this most decorated regiment back to Iraq. But we did not accept in August '04 that this was an unwinnable war, or that this was an unbeatable foe, or that the situation in Al-Anbar was such that we couldn't deal with it. We rejected it then, and I'll tell you that the Marines today in Iraq, the soldiers today in Al-Anbar, as they patrol the streets, they have much to be thankful for on this great holiday month, but they need look no further than this magnificent monument and the great sacrifice borne by these folks here. I want to talk about the community just for a second. I will tell you that before I took command of the regiment, Joe Dunford, who had been a previous commander and Stuart Navarre, told me that as you assume command of the 5th Marine, it's like any other regiment in the Marine Corps. Forget about anything you've ever seen on the East Coast or even other regiments around. There is a bond between this regiment and Orange County, San Clemente and Dana Point, that is unlike anything. And I sort of took that on and said, okay, I got it. I didn't realize until a couple weeks on the job how closely monitored, and the fact that I had my own board of governors here. Marine Corps League members, veterans, alumni of this regiment are with us in droves. And it was not an exaggeration to say that if I wanted to pull meatloaf off the menu in the chow hall on Tuesday and move it to Thursday, I would have 4 alumni, retired sergeants major, in my office telling me that what a bad idea that really was. I was a little bit in awe of that early on, but I came to realize what a great asset that was, and what a great virtue and how important that community outreach was to this regiment. It was never more evident than our time in Iraq. And I will tell you that guys like Pete Hammer, Bill Cusky, Dan Marciano, Steve Colwell, so many others sent literally thousands of packages. You know, normally when a regimental commander arrives at a company or platoon location in Iraq, that's probably not making their day. They're probably not really happy to see the regimental commander and the regimental sergeant major, Melvin Roundtree, show up. But generally, we were pretty well received because we always had a couple Humvees loaded with packages and goodies that our alumni had sent out there. So for that, I appreciate the ability to better travel. I was certainly more welcome as we moved out and around the area. You know, I'm going to cut this short because I don't think a lot of words today. I don't think any great speeches or orations are needed. I think the magnificence of this monument and structure speak for themselves far more eloquently than anything I could throw out here. But I will tell you, I'm going to recite an old story, one of my favorites, that a lot of you guys have been around me, have heard before, but I just love it, and I'm going to throw it out again. It's about the little boy who's in the attic, and he comes across a footlocker. He's at his grandfather's house. And as he's going through the footlocker, he finds medals and ribbons and old photos from World War II or Korea. And unbeknownst to his grandfather, who's sitting in the kitchen having a cup of coffee, the young boy comes down with these medals and ribbons and awards, and he says, "Grandfather, were you a hero?" And the grandfather takes a deep sigh, takes a breath, thinks about it for a second, and says, "No, son, I was not a hero, but I served in the company of heroes." And it is today exactly how I feel. That story sums up far better than anything else I could say how I feel on this very, very special day here at beautiful San Mateo. I have been deeply honored and privileged to serve with 221 heroes whose names are inscribed upon this monument. This monument, this living monument that will be here for generations to marvel at. Thank you for the opportunity, Pat, to come back today. And I will tell you that there have been so many people responsible. You know, we might have drawn this on a napkin, but there's a lot of great ideas out there that never get put into practice. You and your team, from Captain Cushing and Captain Crabb, Long, Mr. Gallo at the monument. There's so many people to thank for today. But again, the primary audience here today and the real guests of honor are sitting here, and that is the families of those Marines, sailors, and soldiers whose name appear on the wall. You know, there's probably not too many days where I don't think about my time in Iraq, my experiences in Iraq, and the great young men that I have served with in Iraq. So with that, I will sign off. God bless the United States Marine Corps. Thank you all for attending today. God bless the Fighting 5th Marines.
These will now be presented on behalf of the Marines and sailors of the 5th Marine Regiment. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of taps, benediction, and closing music.
Let us pray. Eternal God and Father, grant that we who have gathered for this occasion of dedication may depart in safety and in peace. May the Lord bless us and keep us a country reunited and indivisible. The Lord made us, may his face shine upon us, and is gracious unto us as individuals and as a people. The Lord lift up his countenance upon us and give us victory, wisdom to help the weak, freedom, and then peace. Peace like a river's gentle flow, peace like the morning's silent glow, progressive peace. In your name we pray. Amen.